G'day, guys. Part 3. I wasn't going to stop. Okay, I know the koalas and kangaroos out here, and probably the quokkas over in Perth. They need to be fed. Well, you don't touch the quokkas because salmonella on their.
Magpies. Go for Maggies.
You got Maggie's over there, Swan District Maggie's.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, we'll go quokkas as well. Yeah, we'll go look up quokkas, ladies and gentlemen. Now, keep going with your story. If you watch part 2, okay, this is basically you've got to click on part 3 to keep going about this twin flame story. Alexis, deep blue. See, I got it wrong. Deep blue night thoughts. Good energy. Laughing's great. Get on with your twin flame story. Part 2 was good. Part 3 is going to be better. On to you. Go.
Okay, so where I left off is I fell to a million pieces, broke my heart, brought up the trauma connection, basically.
Yeah. Subconscious
And
programming. Subconscious programming.
what I had to heal was my abandonment issues, which took a long time. I'm still going through that. And I had no family around me. My parents were living 45 minutes away on a good day, hour and a half on a bad day. And my kids at that time were actually living with their father, so I saw them on the weekend. So I literally had nobody around me. It was me and my dog, basically.
That was it. Yeah.
That was it. So I put my feet to the pavement. I pound the pavement for about an hour and a half, 2 hours each morning, going for a walk. I lived in Manning, which was about 15 minutes from Perth CBD on the Swan River.
Know exactly where that is. It's a beautiful spot.
Yeah. My backyard was actually the Canning River, which is the little leg that comes off the Swan River.
Beautiful, quite beautiful Canning River. Yep. Like right past that Canning, right down that Canning Highway down there. Beautiful spot.
So I would walk from my house down to the river, along the river's edge. There is a point in Salter Point that goes right out into the middle of the river. On low tide, it's like a sandbar, and you can sit under a tree and just think, meditate. I found my love for photography, so I used to take a lot of landscapes and things like that.
Do you put them up on TikTok as well, your photos, or?
That's more on my personal Instagram page, but I am fine if everybody wants to go to my personal Instagram page to see them too. That has a lot of story about my son's disease and where we've been with that.
Cool. We'll go into that.
My personal journeys and stuff. So yeah, I pound the pavements and I worked on getting me better, putting myself back together, learning to love myself again, which was the biggest and hardest thing to do because
someone had a spiritual awakening, didn't they?
I thought I was the problem. You know, I thought I wasn't beautiful enough. I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't wealthy enough.
That was your trigger, right? So you went through your spiritual. Yeah, we have a couple of triggers. When you go through triggers, ladies and gentlemen, I went through 2 triggers for spiritual awakening and deep cleansing of my soul. But straight up, these things will come up, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to be in a position where you can cope with it. Keep on going.
My mum is spiritual too. She said, "You're the phoenix. You're literally raising from the ashes again. This is your new life. You are to make it if you want it." So I wanted to become beautiful. I wanted to be able to love myself and be confident for the person who I am. And so each morning with my dog in tow, we went for our walks. We used to do something called Perth Local Guide, which was exploring Perth and the surrounding suburbs and places that many people wouldn't know about because it's not a hot tourist spot or something like that. And that helped me bring forward my confidence to speak to people, open me up from being this shy person and really find my inner self and who I actually am. And that's where I started doing tarot readings each day to find out what was happening, because I was in love with this person who threw me away and I didn't know why. And so,
Did you look within yourself? Did you look into your heart?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And see how people say, yeah, I know what you're going to say. Twin flame.
yeah.
We know we're on the same thing. So, yeah, there's a lot of Did you and when you went through it, the twin flame thing, as everyone goes, oh, the twin flame's so good. Yeah, well, sometimes it's not, ladies and gentlemen. Except for my friend Diana and Shane. Hello from in the USA, doing great stuff. They're doing opposite of what we went through. So keep going. Sorry, just get off track.
So yeah, I had a asthma attack one morning, on my walks, and my dog dragged me home. I got to the doctor's down the road because that's as far as I could drive. When my parents picked me up from the hospital and brought me home, and my dad went to get my car, he said, I could tell you were sick because you did not park. You just shoved the car in there, basically parked on the footpath. And it was that night that I was home from the hospital that he messaged me. And I'm thinking, what do you want? You know?
Wow.
And he's like, how are you? I'm like, I'm not well. I've just spent the day in hospital and I'm not well. And he goes, oh, okay. Do you want to see me? And I went, no,
Okay.
I don't. So left it for a few months. And then when I was feeling better again, I got myself a job. I was actually studying civil engineering at the time.
Oh, wow.
And I was a project manager for a retreat for returning soldiers to bring them back into civil lifestyle instead of this
Civilization, yeah.
military
Yep.
lifestyle. So I was
So
a
you
project
are
manager.
so you are a qualified civil engineer.
Almost. I've done my diploma. I just need to do my advanced diploma, which is the 6 months extra to be a qualified engineer.
Wow. How good's that? So I went back at 35 to become a PE teacher and applied science specialist. So it's good, isn't it? It's like when you come through that. Anyway, back to the twin flame.
So I'd got myself a job and I was posting them on my Instagram because I felt good about myself. I got myself out of a rut. I learned to love myself again. I learned to be confident again. Being a project manager, I had to speak to a lot of different people, a lot of stakeholders, a lot of government departments and things like that. So that was my step up. That made me feel like I was important.
And how did you feel with abandonment issues, Noah? Did you love yourself as well, or did you feel like I have got here? Here I am. I'm now a project manager. What were the thoughts?
the,
Only
I
reason I
had
say
to
that is
get
because
over
I've done it before and it didn't work for me.
I had to get over the abandonment. That's the abandonment issues that I had deep within me. My, I guess, role for getting over those was to look in the mirror every morning, look deep within my own eyes and tell myself, you are gorgeous. You are beautiful. You are worthy of this.
Wow.
That was the hardest thing to do. Look
Oh,
yourself so deep in the eyes that you're staring into your own soul and you're telling yourself what you wanted to hear, but you don't believe it when you begin.
no, you
You're
don't.
like,
The hardest thing
no,
to say, hardest thing you can say into a mirror is "I love you." And then when I was in
yeah,
Hurricane Beryl a couple of months ago in July, I was in America and I got caught in Hurricane Beryl, like
yeah,
hurricane.
yeah,
And we were basically told we were locked in our rooms for 9 hours for
yeah.
obvious reasons, no power and people. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yeah,
be careful, watch your back, right? So anyway, so then you get into and you can't, and when you're talking to yourself, you've got you, yourself, and your mind. And then where do you go from there? You can't escape, and you've got to
art.
talk. You got, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That experience for me, that came up while you were talking about that. Keep on going.
So that's how I overcame my abandonment issues was that I needed to tell myself that I didn't need anybody else. I just needed myself. To learn that I didn't need anyone. I didn't need is the biggest word that anybody can put their mind to. The word need is something that the ego wants.
Say that again. Say that again for us. That makes sense because I'll go on to the next thing and I reckon. Go.
The word need is something that the ego wants.
So take that to the bank, ladies and gentlemen. Have a think about it when you go with the ego. It's all about need. Now, one of the biggest things that come with the heart is trust.
Mm-hmm.
And pure trust. And you can only have pure trust if you have boundaries. There you go. Part 2. There's one, there's the other. Keep on going.
So once I let my ego go, once I understood the word need, it was like a whole new door opened in front of me.
And how did that affect your tarot readings and all those kind of things?
It changed it. The energy changed it's almost like your ego literally lifts out your body and steps aside. Your shadow just moves out because it's like, well, you found it. You found your answer. I'm out of here. So, yeah, sometimes the ego does slip back in and brings with it some nasty words. But
we're aware of it, aren't we? We're aware of it, aren't we? Yeah. And
yeah.
do you feel like you check yourself a lot more? Because my friend and mine were talking about it last night. You know, we could say, I'm going to swear, fuck this, fuck that, whatever. But the way I was doing was intent before. That's just the thing, yeah. Intent before, but now I just say, oh, fuck this shit. Jeez. I shake my head now and go, oh, God, fuck this.
I do when I'm doing something and I feel so angry about it. I say to people, look, my ego is going to step back in for a minute and just let all hell break loose. And then
it's a great way of looking at it. That's a great way of looking at it. Because I mean, you go to a point where your ego, just because you're so angry and subconscious, you haven't worked on your subconscious programming. There's hurt in there, anger and all that, but you express it. Fuck you, you know. But it's more. But then you look at yourself. You really do. And then now on my coping mechanism, when I just deal with people, I go, oh God, jeez, fuck this, not again. Oh, the bears are looking really good now. And they look at me and go, you're obsessed with bears. I go, no, I just don't want to hang around humans.
Yeah, that's it.
And they sit there like, and they just think you're an absolute Fruit Loop. I go, oh, well, if you knew who I was, you wouldn't say that. But anyway, but it's interesting the way. So what effect has that had on your business now? Now, where you're at with these videos and where you're going to go in the future, we'll
it allows me to bring in the truth. So everything is spoken from my heart.
So we were talking. Sorry to cut you off. I was going to say to you at the start of the first part, you were talking about you pick up the truth out of people. So let's apply that to now.
So now I am foremost the person who believes in the truth. I like doing it the right way. So I am by the book, yes. I recently have bet the government at their own game, which was a win for me. And with me being a Libra, my ruling planet is Venus, and I am the justice. So watch out, because I will come
justice
for you.
System in the balance.
I will go through the paperwork and highlight everything that you're doing wrong and present it to you like a lawyer and take you down.
And what about in that way with regards to people who want help? How do you do on that now? Because it looks like you've changed your method of how you help people. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So instead of giving people what they want to hear, I give them what they need to hear. So a bit of contradiction there, because obviously need is the ego, but also need is the subconscious.
But we remember the need and the choice. We have choice on how we actually think about certain words and certain things. We all, and that's what Greg Riley and Michael McNair, my mentor, said, it's a choice. You've got choice. Like you could
That's what I say to everyone. You got a choice to change it. Like when I'm telling you, may not happen because you may change your mind in 2 seconds. But
and that changes the vibration energy. What we were talking about, you can say where we're at. And I said we've got our own personal journeys and our own spiritual journeys. If you got our life lessons and our spiritual. Alexis, this has been a great interview. Loved it, because I mean, you're going on the next level of of season 9 of Charmed. It's what's your favorite Charmed episode?
I don't really know. I've got to a point where I leave the past in the past.
Okay. So would you watch it again just for some enjoyment?
Yeah, probably, but yeah.
You look at it a different. Do you look at it? Yeah. You look at it a different way? Yeah, I've done that. That's what I asked you. Only reason I asked because I coming through what I've gone through and obviously what you've gone through, we have a greater awareness, different energy, different opinions. We're definitely more knowledgeable and definitely, we're definitely higher vibration, more knowledgeable, understand the core beliefs of the universal power, spiritual powers, personal development with regards to ego and the heart, because we've been through it. It's a life lesson, and this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
So, and you can watch it, as I said to you, watch the shift, and please let me know what you think. I'll be very, and then watch it 6 weeks later. It's one of my things I tell when I coach, and I tell people on this, they go, okay, I want you to watch this. Oh, what's this? Just watch it. Oh, okay. Because then, and then they go, watch it 6 weeks later. Oh, I learned this. Oh, hang on, my opinion changed this. Interesting to see. Right. Yeah. Tell us where they can find you. This has been a great interview. This has gone nearly 2 hours. It's over 2 hours. Beautiful. Tell us where they can find you.
So I am Deep Blue Night Thoughts. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Snapchat. I upload daily readings, and if I don't do a daily reading, it's because I've got something else on with my son usually. I'm more than happy for you to follow me on absolutely everything. Comment, say hi. If you want a free reading, please let me know, because I'm more than happy to hand them out. If you want to donate to help us get through our tough life, please let us know also.
You got a Patreon?
I don't have Patreon because I'm not up to the subscribers yet. So, but I do usually when I do a reading, I'll upload it to YouTube and send a private link. And in that, I'll put my GoFundMe page for donations and stuff like that.
Yep. Cool. We go. So basically, great. So you go put up with that, go do readings, look for some donations and what we call Patreon, and go from there. Alexis, being a fellow Western Australian, what a lovely town you have. And I went to Calgary, and I've gone. Canada's very Perth. So if you ever go to Calgary,
my cousin's in Canada, so
it's very Perth. It's 2 places in my life that I will, if I could split myself between both, I'd love to. Thank you so much for coming on board.
Thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure. It's what I do just to meet new people, and you'll get to see this, ladies and gentlemen, live on. You'll have the previews on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. You'll have the full versions will be going out in the next couple of days. You'll get previews of parts 1, 2, and 3, and you can connect with us on Journey of a Whitefeather on Facebook, on Instagram, and mainly on YouTube. We're gaining a lot more followers the last couple of weeks. Just gone bang, which has been good. So come on, and if you ever want any questions from any of our guests, don't hesitate. All their details are in the descriptions. Jump on, say hello, connect. Everyone I've got on loves what they do, so they love to connect on another level. And it's been a pleasure. It's what I do, and we always walk the line of the Journey of a Whitefeather. But thank you again, Alexis. And as I said, you'll see this again very, very soon. And always, as I do, my hero from Canada that I met back on July 16th at about 7 35 or something, whatever it was. Bret the Hitman Hart is a pro wrestler. If you don't know pro wrestling, he's a former WWE champion. He always says, get up in the morning, be the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. Alexis, all the way in my home of WA. Beautiful spot. Go down, WA tourism, get on it. You'll love it. Alexis, deep blue night thoughts. There you go, got it right. Thank you so much for your time, and you've been a wonderful guest. Namaste. And everyone, be your best self. Take care, and we'll see you soon.